Hi, I'm Katherine Gibson, the theater director at Strafford High School in Strafford, Missouri. This is my 11th year at Strafford High School. Next year will be my 12th. So the shows that we did this season are Little Women the Musical. We did that for our fall show. And then for our competition piece, we did the 146-Point Flame out of our advanced theater class. And then our spring show was the 39 Steps. Our auditorium seats approximately 540 people, and it's around 14 years old. Recently, we received a bond issue from the school district for $150,000. We were able to upgrade our lighting system and sound system, plus get some additional things that we just needed for the building. Some of the things we like about our facility is we do have access to a garage door that goes directly outside. So our big set pieces that we want to bring in, we are able to get those directly onto our stage through our loading dock. Another thing that we like about our facility is we do have an actual booth that we're able to go to and hold things, specifically our lighting and sound system, and we do have ports for follow spots. We do have a backstage area that can open with a wall that goes into our band room, so we can get space by opening that wall that allows us for more set pieces and just for students to go in and out of as well. So it's like our green room space. Our stage is very tall. If you go up to the front of our apron is about 5 feet off the ground, not even a little bit more. We also don't have a lot of storage space, so they didn't think about that necessarily when they built the building. So we're having to get creative with our storage and how we're keeping things organized and where we're storing certain items. We also don't have a scene shop, so when we build things, sometimes we have to build it on our stage and then clean up and move everything as well. I really wish that we would have had a space attached to our building that allowed us to build things and then move them in instead of having to always worry about our curtains getting paint on them or sawdust getting into our lighting system and that kind of stuff. We don't have our season for next year completely filled out yet, but we're looking at a spring show that's sort of comedy-based competition piece that incorporates sign language incorporated. And then our fall show is going to be Little Shop of Horrors. Having two different spaces is interesting for sure. I wish I was attached to the theater building, 100%. It would be a whole lot easier to do a lot of the things that we do if I was right there. How it functions during regular school time, of course, we have lessons over here, and then I'll take the kids over to the auditorium to look at things specifically, especially those Theater 1 classes or the middle school theater classes. I can show them, so I teach them theoretically in the classroom what things are, and then we go over and we actually manipulate those things whenever we're in the theater. But we have to plan those days, and we have to also look at the weather because they get pelted by rain a lot of times. Now, during the run of the show, I just have all my classes meet me over in the auditorium so we can continue working on the show that's going on at that time, or at least my kids that are upperclassmen or my TDs or my technical directors or other students can continue working on those things as I work with my other classes in the house. So it's not great because we don't have two separate spaces over there, but we at least make it function to where we can have class and my kids can keep working and the show keeps going. The people that help me here during the musical, it is the choir director. He does the music direction for the musical. But when it comes to other productions, it is me asking nicely for help from parents and friends of mine who I work with, because usually I'm by myself. So I am a one-person department who gets help from people when needed. One of the big things that I've noticed is when you're working by yourself in this type of setting, you need friends that are not necessarily other teachers, but I've also have a really good working relationship with the head of our maintenance department. So if I really need something picked up, like, hey, I need to go to Menards and get blah, blah, blah boards, he'll do it for me, or he'll send one of his guys to go do it for me. I also have a really good working relationship with the ag department. So they've built things for us as well. So the Strafford School community it's kind of a personal project because I was born and raised here. I went to school here K through 12, and then I went off to college and went off and taught in another school district and ended up coming back, quote unquote, home. And some of the cool things that I'm able to do is with the kids that I have in the school district, I know their parents. I went to school with them, or their grandma was my t-ball coach. And so I have those automatic connections with the kids that allows them to be a little more open and willing to try new things without being scared because they're already comfortable with me before we even get started.